I felt like the content wasn't going to shit on me. I really didn't know where you were coming from. You have a responsibility.
It's called degraded and humiliated and go by spirit. That is literally my pickup technique for everything.
Your opinion, and how you interact with people overall different.
That's a fact. According to who?
This or that. And that was solid.
Are you willing to take a drug test?
I'm about to say, so what you see is what you get.
So everybody, welcome back. This is
Bargoyles. Don't come until
He's not gonna talk for like 2 minutes. Okay. Everybody, welcome back. Gremlins allowed, everyone allowed. You're all welcome here. If you don't know what we're laughing at, please watch episode 91.1 where we interview Logan, veteran in this community, mad representative, bar friend is what we found out. I didn't agree. Bar friend though, so I know it's a little bit something. So the Logan is here with us. She actually chose the lunch spot we went to this week. Logan, can you tell us where we went?
We went to Doracos.
Doracos. And how did you come across this place? Because it was your choice. So like, do you go there for food a lot? Like,
I know.
What's your relationship?
Hang out in their basement.
What's your relationship?
Of the night.
When mom goes to sleep at night, we go downstairs in the basement.
Oh, okay.
So there's an after hours bar that stays open when all the local bars in Woodbridge close, and
shout out Dean.
Apparently a restaurant upstairs that's open in the daytime. So I wanted to see what it looked like when the lights were on.
Okay, all right, yeah. So you've never eaten here before?
Never eaten here before.
Nick, corporate Nick, back in the corporate Nick in office. Have you ever eaten at Doracos before?
I have eaten at Doracos because it's one of the million places I have worked.
Okay, gotcha.
I worked there for a very short period of time. Owner was awesome. He just was weird opportunity at the time.
Shout out Jim.
Stayed too long. Yeah, Jim's a really good dude. But I hadn't eaten the food until I started working there, so it's not a place where I like checked out before, blah blah blah. So
their advertising's not that great. I'll say that.
Yes.
Like if you go on, like they're never gonna pop up.
I can show you how to advertise.
You sure what?
I said they gotta come see your girl. I can show you how to.
Oh, true. Yeah. Yo,
I do more commercials than Red Lobster does, and that's a fact.
yeah,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
Good at that.
And then Conte over there back in the coleslaw corner as well.
You know what's up? Welcome to the coleslaw corner. Side pig is welcome.
Oh man, we're gonna get it.
Yeah, we're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it.
Another week, no coleslaw.
I know. We did. I haven't seen any coleslaws lately.
I didn't look at it.
I don't. Think so.
No, I did. There was nothing.
Okay, gotcha.
I know when I worked there, we didn't make the coleslaw.
Yeah.
So.
We do have another restaurant. Shout out Capital Chicken. They want to come bring some. They want us to come to their restaurant, and then we'll do the whole thing up there.
Yeah, I had another person tell me they want us to try their coleslaw's Japanese grandma coleslaw. So.
QP mayo? Yeah. I like QP mayo. I don't like mayo at all. I can do QP.
QP is good. Yeah,
it's good. I'm like, I love this little mayonnaise. I'm not a big mayonnaise fan.
No, but you did it with the pinky.
Yeah.
That's how you start.
Well, that's how I go. Juarez is in town. That's that good mayo. So we went to Doracos. Doracos is a spot in Occoquan. For those who don't go, Occoquan is a beautiful, nice little. What do you call it? Old town? Do people say old town?
It's a small little township.
I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
township.
I describe it as an old town.
Yeah.
But we are spoiled around here.
Historic.
We have a couple old towns. We got Old Town Manassas. We got Alexandria, which is the big one.
Which is
the
actual
real
old
one.
town.
Actually,
the big one.
Say that's
it's
historically an old town.
Yeah, but Occoquan's got a lot of history, and
for sure,
and they don't have a lot of changes to their.
The building we were in had a lot of history.
Oh, they did?
I was told by an old white man in the corner, Jim. Hey, shout out Jim. Of course, he owns his spot.
Yeah, Jim Duraco.
Jim Duraco. Oh, Jim Duraco.
Yeah, Jim
nice.
Duraco.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was. He was wearing a chef jacket, so I thought it was the chef. I was like, damn, they got old ass chefs up in this bitch. And I was like, oh man, how long has this place been here? Building was built in 1866. I was like, oh,
all right,
geez, what? Damn. All right, cool. Built 1866, got knocked down during the floods of 72. You guys remember the floods in 72?
1872?
Wasn't here yet.
Was
I
here?
was part of
Conte,
the
you were
flood.
like 7 years old then. How was the flood?
Yeah, DeConte and
I was still
Langston
swimming
Hughes
around in
hanging
my
out.
fucking dad's ball sack.
That's what I was saying. I was part of the flood. We just hadn't made it to the
1872 or
surface yet.
1972?
You're like, I was swimming around my dad's ball sack. She's like, me too. I was like, what were you doing with his dad? Yo, bitch, yo.
Neither of your dads should have had a ball sack.
No, I thought she was playing with his
1872.
dad's balls.
I'm just saying,
Sorry.
1872.
1872. Okay,
1866
I didn't even,
built.
I'm thinking
1972 was the flood.
High five.
Yes.
High five. We
Yeah,
checked
sorry.
out.
Oh, he could. No, he just said 72, so it could be 1872.
Yeah, I was
It could, he just said 1866 was built.
Yeah.
72 was the flood.
So there's
and then
two
they
separate
rebuilt.
options of 72 within those hundreds of years.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
It probably was 18 though.
probably. Yeah. I mean, when
don't
in
know,
doubt,
man.
just say that they're 18. That's what I say.
That's like another almost
we
100
talking
years, 115 years.
What are we talking about?
Go to your room.
The problem is, if it was 1872, I don't think that we'd be welcome in Occoquan.
We
Three
weren't
of the
welcome
four
any
people
of
here.
the places
Oh, no.
around about that time.
Oh,
Here's the thing
Asians.
is, you guys were allowed. I don't know if you were welcome though. You guys were definitely allowed.
You guys know who you guys are? Who's he talking? You
The
guys.
people talking right now, you guys,
guys.
you two were talking right now.
The brown people,
Talking about
the
being,
browner people.
yeah, at Occoquan, the restaurant today. I didn't see a lot of black people or black staff there. Just saying, you two.
We were tolerated.
You know, if you guys represent an entire demographic, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying.
This is what I meant earlier, Logan, where we go off the rails.
Hey, shout out to Jim loves this talk. Just kidding. I don't know. Jim, I don't know you. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke. But no, whether it was 1872 or 1772 or 1972, sorry, there was definitely a flood.
Yeah.
Building got rebuilt. One of the first buildings that got rebuilt in Occoquan, according to my man Jim's, said they were the first building that had natural running gas pipelines because he was like, yo, I was so tired of cooking with propane, forced the county to do it, which is, you know,
I'm thinking it was 1972 because he couldn't still be around after 1872. Are we doing the math here?
I mean, somebody just pulled up the Hurricane Agnes of 1972.
1972.
There we go. Okay.
The math
makes
is
sense.
mathing.
1972.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, if Jim was around in 1872, there's a lot of other questions we need to be asking.
There was a ghost there. We talked about that.
He was
Hey,
very much
listen.
there.
Yo, if you want to eat and be scared, this is the place to go
You go
to.
anywhere in Occoquan. You can go anywhere.
Yeah, if you're like, ooh, this food was good, and you want to hear boo, you're like, oh shit, like this is the spot to go to.
Wait,
Wait till you have dessert.
Why are you free? There's this joke some comedian tells me. He talks about like if ghosts are a real thing, why are white people living in the United States? Because the amount of black ghosts there would be that would just kill white people.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, if there's any reason to be a ghost, every black person pre-18 whatever
Yes.
would be a ghost.
I'm just gonna haunt
Yeah.
you, but don't you think that's what's going on in society with the people that have money now? Anyway, the Epstein's and anyway, there's
Nope.
yeah.
The guy got caught for one crime. What about the 13 million he did before that? I don't know.
The ghosts were in his ear. There was just that one that just he couldn't win the battle.
Maybe? Yeah, maybe.
All of them are
We're not that
fighting
good at
demons.
coercing.
There's a
We're
chance.
just more good at killing. So,
So lunch.
Lunch was good.
Lunch was good.
Nice segue. That was
Lunch
good.
was good.
That was good.
DeConte, what did we get? What did we get again? Sorry.
So we had the salmon and it was linguine and a butter sauce.
That
A
lemon
lemon
butter.
fettuccine butter sauce.
Fettuccine butter.
Yeah,
that
grilled
was
salmon.
amazing.
It was fire.
We also had a lobster ravioli. Was it lobster and crab?
Crab lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crab
crab
lobster
lobster.
ravioli. And Nick, you got the
chicken parm sauce.
chicken
parm.
parm, and I got like just a
That
bacon
was good.
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So specifically, he said 4 things. What was good?
The chicken parm was good.
Chicken parm. Was that
Everything
your
was
favorite
good.
of the 4?
So the burgers, like it's either gonna be a good burger
Burger's
or
a
not.
burger.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty.
Burger's
It's
a
pretty
burger,
decent. You know what I mean? The salmon, you can easily mess up salmon. So I was impressed. That was
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
But the chicken parm, I'm typically not someone that goes for chicken sandwiches because I don't like soggy chicken.
Ooh, I'm right there with you, baby.
So with the marinara being
there.
involved, like the chicken still had a crisp,
Yeah,
a crust
it
to
did.
it, and it wasn't.
and the
It
bread.
wasn't soggy.
The bread
You know what I
did
mean?
too.
Everything was.
The bread was
Everything was
crispy.
everything was up to par.
Yeah.
That
And it
bread
could have been
was
very, very bad.
amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
That bread had the feel of like a Vietnamese banh mi. Like
It did, like a banh mi. That's what I thought
Yeah.
the whole time
Man,
was banh mi.
yeah.
It was a soft crunch.
I want to defend the burger because I do this every now and again when this happens at the table. The burger was a panic order. We were gonna go.
yeah,
we were
yeah.
gonna go
Yeah.
pizza. They didn't have pizza. The Conte had to order something, and
It was the safe.
He
It's
was
a safe
gonna,
panic order.
Yeah, he
It
was
was a
gonna
safe
go
added
steak and
dish.
cheese, and then we realized we already got a sub, and then
But he
it
was
like,
also like, the steak and cheese comes with like the sauce.
Yeah, all this
like,
stuff,
The
yeah.
server kind of scared us away
Server
from
scared
the
us away from that.
Duraco steak and cheese.
Yeah. So it was a panic order. Good burger, I think. Decent
Yeah, I thought it was
burger.
good.
Yeah.
But it was a panic order. I don't think when we do lunch reviews we go to burgers because it's like that's not something we typically will order off a menu. But good on its own.
Yeah.
I do want to defend it just because it was a panic order.
Oh, it wasn't a bad burger.
It wasn't
It's
a
just-
bad burger, but I
just
just
wanna-
mean like
yeah.
a burger.
I'll
isn't
take it
something
home,
that I
but I'm
would
not going to
review.
write home about
Right,
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
for
to
sure.
I'm going to be like, Mama, I had the greatest burger I done
Right,
ever
exactly.
did. You know, I'm like,
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Did you have a favorite of the food items we did?
To have to go. I'd probably go with that salmon. That's it. That,
I was
and
going to
the
say, like,
noodles.
I can't
That
even
sounds
fake.
good.
I
Yeah,
that
enjoyed
salmon was
everything, but
good.
the salmon was
Yeah.
just right.
It was
The
up
salmon
there.
was
It
good.
was just
Salmon
right.
good,
Up
yeah.
there.
I
Not
do
overcooked,
with it
not
cooked just
dry,
a little
not-
under. For the cook was good. I could go with just a little under.
Really?
But, yeah,
I would've gone with
I like
a little
medium,
more.
medium well.
Yeah,
But
it
I'm
was like
just a-
well done salmon. Like, cooked
That's
all the way
well
through.
done to you?
That salmon?
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Really?
To me, it was well done. Yeah,
It was on the
yeah.
breaker, well done.
But it was also cooked well.
It
Don't
was,
get that wrong.
yes.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
cooked
No,
well,
I see what you're
yes.
saying.
But it was definitely well done, yeah.
But
Because
I'm also
the
not
salmon
somebody
might
that
not be
does
fresh
any
salmon. It could have been
protein that's
frozen
less
salmon,
than
and
well.
they had to cook
Like
it all
burger,
right.
steak,
true.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, you're
In
a
my
well fan.
family,
You're a well
everything.
fan.
I'm not a fan, but that's how I was raised.
Yeah.
Your
same
burger
here,
is
same
well
here.
done. Your steak is well done.
I just got down to
but my
medium
dad does
steaks,
rare
like,
everything. But like
4
as a
years
kid
ago.
growing up, everything was well done.
Yeah, as a
And
kid,
that's
it was
just all I
for me.
know.
Because you don't know whether or not it's safe. You
Yeah,
gotta
you
cook it all the
don't.
way.
Yeah.
I just
You
know
don't
when I
wanna-
see pink coming out of my food that it's not cooked, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
Even-
I
Oh
was
my
like
gosh,
that as a kid.
salmonella! I don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
You know.
I got lucky. My first job was Outback, so I learned.
See,
how
I've
steak
never
was
had.
supposed to
I
be
haven't
cooked.
been
Yeah.
cultured and
Yeah, I got real lucky
trained.
at like age 15. Where it
She
was
grew up
like,
only
oh,
getting
I
the
know.
food out back. They were just like,
Yeah.
no,
You know
yeah.
what? You funny.
But you're old at.
I'm not even old. I'm
You're not.
seasoned.
Yeah, there you go. I'll give you
So
that.
back to
Yeah.
that chicken parm.
That chicken parm was good.
It really was.
Nick, did you have a
That's
favorite?
my favorite
Yeah.
one. Was
the
chicken parm. I did like the salmon. I think that's more like a dinner dish to me, but like
Yeah, it's one. Yeah, they didn't
like
have
a
lunch
dinner
portions.
dish.
We
Yeah.
talked about a bunch wanting to have lunch portions.
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
was more dinner portion, but it was still
somewhere
yeah.
on the menu it did say something about smaller portions in a smaller section.
Oh, true.
I don't think it was lunch. I think it even said like not that hungry question mark or something like that.
Oh, aperitifs.
No, it was like on the back of the menu.
on the back of the menu
Yeah,
after the
okay.
panini pizza. It said like
Yes.
aperitifs or
Is that what
yeah,
that?
something
And
like.
then it said like not that hungry.
It was like $7. You get like a little. They had grilled cheese was an option.
Okay.
Then they had another.
But the
little pasta
salmon
dish.
wasn't going to be one of those options.
No, for sure.
You can tell that
you get
that's
a
a
salmon
that's
ball.
a that's
Yeah,
a
a little
fillet.
salmon
They're
ball,
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the chicken parm for like what we do and like why I
Oh
would
yeah,
go to eat that.
that is a
yeah.
good, yeah, that was a
It's
great
good.
salmon.
I think the salmon was a good choice for the same reason.
Say it. His only thing is saying that the salmon's more of a dinner option. When it
Oh,
comes
for
to like
sure.
quick
Yeah.
lunches, kind of
Yeah.
one of those. I got
That was a
you know,
heavier
yeah.
meal for
Yeah.
what it's
Yeah.
worth. Yeah, that's not a midday light meal.
I got
to
the,
the next
crab
meal.
lobster ravioli with the pink sauce.
That was pretty good.
every food item I got. I dipped in that pink sauce afterwards. 'Cause
Did
it was
you?
amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah. If I have the chance to dip in some pink, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
man, you have this thing
just-
about dipping and licking your finger at the same time.
It's a
wonder how
visual
many-
joke. It's a visual joke. Also, I'm a big fan of eating pussy. If that's what you're trying to, Jim. I don't know if you guys serve that, but if it's on the menu, I'm gonna order it next time.
He
Remember
doesn't
that
want
thing
it in
we
a
used to
can.
have back in the
Fresh-
day, like it all the time?
fresh
Yeah, I got
off the
some fresh
boat.
pussy on the menu.
Pussy.
Fresh off the boat. Pussy. That's pussy.
Pussy with the apostrophe.
Yeah.
With the umlaut over the u.
I don't
Okay,
even need all that. Just give me some pussy.
I want that one.
But my ravioli dish did come with the 3 options. It came with the white, the rosé, or the
Yeah.
red
It
sauce.
wouldn't have had the same effect if you'd have gone any other sauce.
We say that though, but the marinara that we had was the same
really
marinara
good that they would have
with the
used.
calamari.
Yeah.
How good was that marinara?
Yeah.
It was amazing, but I don't think that ravioli would have been the same if it was in a white sauce.
Oh no, 100%.
No, not
yeah.
white, but in just the red sauce.
But
it
they
might
had the
have been
white,
good,
the
yeah.
rosé, and the red sauce. So they
Yeah.
yeah. I wanted the because anytime I
Oh,
get
I see what
seafood,
you're saying.
I
Okay,
like,
so
yeah.
we went with the rosé. The marinara would have been the other.
Yeah, the marinara I thought would have been a little.
That would have been
heavier.
overkill.
But yes,
That'd have been
Could have
overkill.
been.
Honestly, I think that would have been
marinara
too
is
much to
Jim's
enjoy
recipe.
the crab
That's why
and the lobster.
you're one of my seafood girls.
Listen,
You get it? Yeah.
but we
get
stay fresh over here.
Hey, stay fresh. Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah. How'd y'all feel
Do
about,
another one.
That pH balance.
how'd y'all feel about that calamari? I think we didn't touch on that.
We
The
didn't touch on
calamari
that.
was
We did
good.
not touch on that.
Yeah.
I thought it could have been a little bit more crispier. Like maybe a little bit
I don't think the
done more.
pieces were big enough for it to be crispier. The batter would have been more. It would have been more batter than it would. The ratio was good. I get what you're saying, but if it was a bigger, thicker piece, thicker cut, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The batter could have been stronger or thicker or heavier.
Okay.
But it would have been overkill if it was any more than what it was for what it was battering.
So you guys are really
okay.
impressed with the calamari?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
I thought it was good, but like a lot of the pieces I got, I was like, where the fuck is my calamari? Like
Again, so if it would have
was
been a
just
thicker
bland.
batter,
You
that
were
would have
getting most
it
of
would have
the
been
little rings.
overkill.
yeah, it was just like, where is like
The octopus pieces I got were...
you got some good ones. Like I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
felt
So
like
I think
it was
overall,
good,
calamari has
but-
become a regular appetizer
Yes, most
locally.
places, yeah.
And the bigger discussion here is, was it good? Because I've had bad calamari a lot of places.
True. Yeah. I've had bad calamari in a while, but like I liked the calamari that we just had.
Yeah.
But I just
Can you
when
guys
I was
bring it
biting
back?
in certain pieces, it felt like I
Bring
was
back the
just biting into
calamari.
bread.
I wish. Yeah.
I mean, the real question is, would you order it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so
Around
too.
the
Even
board?
though I have my reservations about it, I would still order it. because
So
I
the only
like
thing when it
calamari.
comes to like the cook of a calamari is you saw the varying sizes of the pieces when you had like the tube itself and where they had the bigger octopus pieces. To get that uniform consistency throughout, you have to have a uniform set time of it's 14 minutes. One of those pieces is gonna be way too crispy. The
Yeah.
others aren't gonna be enough
Yeah.
because it's not uniform size.
uniform
So I
size.
completely see where that's coming from. I think uniformly as a dish though, most pieces I got were still very, very crispy. Very well seasoned, very well flavored. And that fucking marinara
Yeah,
sauce,
yeah, they
man.
did well.
Yeah.
That homemade marinara.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah,
bad
and
sauce
it's
will
legit
kill it.
homemade marinara. That's his recipe. He's got it on a piece of white paper.
Oh, wow.
I was his chef, so like I would go down, I'd make it next to his office, and the first time I made it, he made it with me.
He'd be like this.
Yeah, he's
Good
got
marinara.
Yeah, he's got it's his recipe.
Nixon Town. Good marinara.
So yeah,
That's
so
marinara.
yeah, a lot of the stuff there when I worked there at the time, a lot of the products were frozen, but all the sauces were made in house.
Made fresh in house.
Yeah, And-
That's
yeah.
one thing
and
I can
pasta
respect
was
about a
made
lot of
every day,
places around
first
here.
thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Oh, fresh made pasta.
You never
is-
used the pasta from yesterday. It was every morning. It was get
Oh,
the pasta
nice.
ready to roll, get your sauces, and then take everything out the freezer.
There you go. Yeah. Fresh pasta will save you.
And
though.
that's all
Fresh
right,
pasta's
though.
good,
That's
yeah.
all right. Everything can't always be fresh.
Yeah.
It just can't be.
Yeah, oh, I know.
Sometimes you just fucking can't afford that shit.
Don't look over here because everything's still fresh.
Subway, babe, be
Dozing
fresh.
off that way, like we fresh over here.
It was a
fresh.
lineup. It was a lineup for the gym.
How about ambiance and service? How do we feel about that, boys?
Ambiance, I felt was lacking.
We were sitting
service-
outside, so
We're out
it's-
on the patio.
No, I just
Yeah.
mean like walking through. The patio was great. I
Yeah,
think
patio,
for what
yeah.
it was. Yeah, it was good. The service, dude was friendly. He was chatting. I know him from casual interactions with
Yeah.
him. I felt like he overstepped his place, like sometimes where he kept talking and was like, okay, this is kind of like leave
it's
it to
hard
us.
when you know the guy. It's,
Yeah.
So I think that also has to do with how he introduced himself before we realized who he was.
Yeah.
He's only had 2 tables. We are all in the industry. He's overkilling it
Yeah.
and doing a lot that you wouldn't do and you wouldn't want anybody to do. But he's only had 2 tables.
Yeah, but he knew.
He's still got to make a living.
He's known y'all. He's known y'all.
Yeah.
He
From an
also pulled.
unprofessional standpoint.
I
That's
didn't.
it. Call
I
it.
didn't
Talk
know
about
him.
it.
I don't
saw you
know.
do
I
it.
don't know.
No. I saw you do the hand motion.
So it's me not
Go
knowing you
there.
guys.
Just talk about it.
Yeah.
Go
Does
to the
Jim
left
need to know about
pocket.
this? Like,
Go to the
we,
left
like,
pocket.
let's not
No.
like get the guy fired.
No.
No.
That's why I'm gonna leave the whole
Yeah. The
pocket
pocket shots.
thing. I'm gonna leave that out,
Yeah.
and maybe on the Patreon we'll talk about it because I don't want him to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like Jim might seek this out.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him in trouble. He didn't do anything too wrong, but it could just be a frowned upon thing.
He was just friendly.
But the thing is, I didn't know him. He knew y'all, blah, blah. But me, just as a patron there, he talked a little too much for me. And then the whole coming out and smoking a cigarette right next to us twice.
While he's engaging with his guests.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't mind that too much because I'm a
Because you're smoking too.
Well, right. But so,
You were ashing on the floor, and he was like, "Let me get you a cup."
Yeah.
But
But
I don't
flip
need
side
one.
of that,
that never came.
flip side of that, when you're on the clock and you come out on the patio, you don't light
don't
up a
smoke
cigarette and stand next
You
to me,
don't.
and you're comfortable with me, and you know me, and you still wouldn't
Fair.
smoke a
That's not where
jack
you
right
smoke your
there next
cigarettes
to
at
me with
Bungalow,
your
bro.
guest.
Yeah.
And that's what he's commenting
You're
on.
not off stage yet. You're still on stage.
Yeah, you're still on. Like, yes, and I learned that from you. Is like we're on stage, and it's like
Yeah.
that's what it is. And it's like, to me, it's like, at the end of the day, I'm a manager. That's
Yeah.
what the best thing I do in
Corporate
in
Nick.
corporate Nick.
He's
I'm a
in
manager.
office.
And I'm just like, fuck, dude. Like, you are cool.
Yeah.
I can tell you've been through some shit. You're probably on drugs now.
No, just had a kid. He's not on drugs. He just had a kid. He's
Okay.
No, somebody else just had a kid, and it wasn't.
guys,
That's fine.
he's going to
Sure.
watch the
He's-
shit. We
yes.
know him. Like
Yeah,
he's
cool.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
a good
Nice
guy.
guy.
I'm not gonna.
No,
I'm
nice
sorry.
guy.
And you know what?
Nice
I do
guy.
apologize for saying that. I just looked in his eyes. It was like, I don't know. But
I thought it was just me.
I just think it was a little inappropriate to hang out a little too much. But he did find people he knew,
Yeah.
and they do
Tried
have
to
that
tap
freedom
in.
there.
Yeah, for
hanging
sure.
out.
For sure.
We've all done that.
Yeah, yes.
We've all done that. You're on
we
a
have.
slow fucking shift, and someone
Yeah.
you know walks in, you're like, "Oh, you're my fucking lifesaver for the day." Like I got to talk to you now. And you're like, "Oh no, I'm here for
Talk to you,
lunch."
but I'm still at
I'm
work.
here for lunch. Yeah,
That's one thing I
Yeah.
know. I'm still at work. I know
Yeah,
that.
He
yeah,
felt
yeah.
comfortable. He
Yeah,
felt
it's just a
comfortable.
little bit of like, shit. But then I have to think, it was like, he didn't have anybody all day. He's just ready to talk to
Right.
people.
I think it was more
and
like
he's
a
talk to people.
thank you for giving me the opportunity to have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, he had drawbacks from years with you. Like, he knew shit
Yeah.
about people
Yeah.
you know personally. So it's like, I
You were
get
doing
it.
impressions of friends.
Yeah, right. Like, you guys. So I was just like, But that's the one thing. But I thought it was a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
And he used to do a pod. Like, how can I hate somebody who used to do a pod?
Yeah.
Exactly,
His
yeah.
jokes were funny.
Eh?
His jokes
Oh,
were
he told
funny.
jokes?
Not like tell jokes, but when he would make little jokes, they fit with the conversation, and they.
Oh,
were
y'all need an
funny.
appetizer?
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious. That was funny. That's funny.
That's epic for me.
We
I'll
gotta
never
see it, but
forget
that's
that.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I wish we could talk about the pockets, but I still want to get him in trouble.
That's funny. He had an
The
appetizer.
bottom line
yeah,
is,
yeah.
you said, was anybody interested in an appetizer? And then there it was.
And there it was.
Yeah.
There it was.
What are
And
they?
that
So
was-
no, we
that was
can
a-
say
a
this
really
because
cool
it was on the
effort.
tab. It got fully charged. They had the Jello shots left over from St. Patty's Day,
Yeah.
and he was going to bring us around. And then once we mentioned appetizers, he goes, "I know what appetizers y'all want," and he gave us.
Boom.
He had shots. He was ready.
There you go.
He was anticipating the needs of his
Oh, the
clients.
guests.
Yeah.
I get
You
it.
know,
And that's
'cause,
the
no,
highest level of
when
service.
Pay the check. They were on the check. It was,
Yeah.
it was, it was,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was good. It was a good time. It was funny. Ambiance wise, you said, how'd you feel ambiance? You just
I enjoyed the ambience. I mean, I can respect where you're coming from. I think when we walked in, it was empty because it was empty. That wasn't anything that he or anybody there had any control over, right?
Yeah, Wednesday in
But
Occoquan, it's not.
it could have been Friday morning or a holiday weekend. It was clean.
Yeah.
It was together. I didn't see staff sitting over there hanging out, smoking vapes, facing their phone. When we were leaving, right? But walking in, I didn't see anything that said, "Oh, this is getting ready to be an experience."
Yeah.
I just saw that we had a choice between inside and outside, and there wasn't anybody else that had to interfere with our choices.
now everyone else was like, "This is going to be an experience," because everyone else was used to going to Down Under. They're like, "Wait, that's a upstairs."
I know.
I saw the content already going to the stairs. I was like,
Yup,
no,
or
we're going this way. We're going to this
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
And then it wasn't until we got out there I was like, "Oh, this is where when we that's that side for
I just had flashbacks of blank.
They eat over here. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that patio is infamous for the smoking cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have two choices at night. It's,
With your
it's
server.
out up front or it's in the back.
Yeah.
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 Okay,
I
what's-
choose-
and the cannolis. How do we feel? We got cannolis at the end.
I'd never had cannolis before. I wasn't disappointed. I had no idea what to expect, so it was.
Sorry, love.
I was impressed.
He's not
with
trying to
it.
play footsie. It just looks that way.
It's not on camera. They don't know that.
I called it out.
Let them pretend.
Yeah, I mean, overall they were good. I've never had them before, so I
Yeah.
didn't have an expectation of good or bad. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
expect, but yeah, they were tasty.
Yeah, they were good out of the package frozen cannolis. They were good.
I would say that
They
I
were good.
didn't. Once I got here,
That's
and
not a knock
realized
to me.
No,
at
yeah.
all.
Ice cream, sweets, and tequila probably wasn't a good idea, but it wasn't enough where it was like, oh, this is a bad idea.
Well, you want more tequila? Yes.
Yeah,
Is that why you took so long in the bathroom?
At the end of the day, I feel like dessert's
no, I had
dessert.
to get my life together. I'm a female, and
Doing the
touch
Bargoyles.
it. What?
We're doing the Bargoyles. You got this shit, Logan. Don't fucking. Come on, we got this. That was you in the bathroom? That's
Not at
me
all.
before every show.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
Are you serious?
I'm so nervous.
And I'm over the one. I'm here being nervous, and you're laughing at me, but you have your own ritual.
I'm not
of, like,
laughing at you. I'm identifying with you.
Yes.
They, them.
That's why I'm doing the
He,
shot with you.
she, us.
Yeah. Before
was a joke.
Isaac
Nobody
picks
got
me
that
up,
one
I punch myself in the face and then I come out.
You guys are joking, right? Like,
roll.
don't.
Before I pick up
No,
DeConte,
that's how
I
I'm
punch
ready
my.
to roll.
Before I
Like,
pick
no,
up
I know that
DeConte,
everybody has like there's certain routines for certain circumstances. Like me in the casino, I have a certain routine. If I don't do that thing, it's not gonna work out for
I
me.
used to be a fighter.
yeah. Before I pick up
Really?
DeConte, I punch myself in the dick so I don't get horny. I'm like, okay.
Coleslaw. You like size and
Side-
what is it
side-
about the
side pieces?
There you go.
Side
Do
pieces
it.
welcome?
Side piece is welcome, you know. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, to go back on that ambience thing you were talking about, Logan, I do feel like if you had the choice between inside and outside, what are you choosing?
On a date like today, outside
It doesn't
was-
matter. No, just regular.
No,
run
it
of the
does-
mill
it
day.
It does matter.
It
There's
does
so
matter,
many
yeah.
things matter.
The
So
reason-
many things matter. Is
If
it
it's
crowded?
raining,
Am I
you're not
gonna
gonna
be-
sit on the patio no matter
Am
how
I
beautiful
forced to
it
be
is.
outside
yeah,
because that's
yeah.
the only open section with the new person who's going to be slow? There's so many things as a server that I already know. Like there, it does matter.
How
The
many
new
places are
person
gonna
is
sit by the
not
water?
going to be on the patio. I can guarantee you.
Well,
that.
but I'm just saying that could be the person
No, I
that's
know.
the
I'm just-
open section that's overflow, and the worst person possible is the person
I just want
responsible
guests
for
to
it.
know
It
that
does.
when they go to any restaurant,
Patio means that you're
you're
getting,
getting the
fire
best
server.
You're getting
Yeah.
probably the best servers out there. If it's a place that
Which means tip
relies on their
accordingly.
patio,
If you're sitting outside, you're welcome. Thank them.
Yeah.
Appreciate them.
Yes.
Compensate them because
yes,
that's a big
they're
deal.
probably the best.
That's
We
a big
have
deal.
One more thing to comment on before we go to the vote. You said.
No.
Oh, I don't know. You were raising your hand. I thought you
I
had
was
to.
camera. That's
Oh,
what I
camera.
was
Yeah,
saying.
totally cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So everything else there, ambiance for me. I actually thought the inside was cool. It hits on that like minimalist design that I love, where it had a bunch of paintings or canvases of just Italian city maps. So I was like, oh shit, what Florence? Oh, Rome.
Yeah,
Naples.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, to me that's cool. To some people, it was like that. It didn't have that
Themed,
Mamma
but not
Mia.
overkill. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It didn't have that Mamma Mia fucking vibe of like, oh, the
Yeah.
red paper cloths, but no, it still hit for what it was an Italian spot for me.
Yeah.
So I don't hate all that too much. I actually really rather enjoy the ambiance. So yeah, we're obviously split there, and that's how the scores are going to go. DeConte, did you want to start on the scores while Logan and I do a shot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6.5. That's my call.
Is that based on the amazing food that you had?
No, actually, I feel like the food more saved it more than anything.
Saved it. That's a very descriptive word.
Yeah, that's how I take it.
Do you feel like that fits with the overall arcing theme of how much complimentary he's been towards the restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay.
That goes right along with it.
Okay, cool.
Saved
Oh,
sounds
okay.
like you were disappointed and
So,
less than
so I'm agreeing with you.
satisfied,
It
but
sounds
you're
like he was
giving-
based on that score. It sounds like he was disappointed and he needed to be saved by that. But based on everything he said before this, didn't sound like he enjoyed it. Is what I'm saying.
He was
Between
okay
food?
with it. I don't
Okay,
think
yeah,
he
I know he
enjoyed
hated
it.
the server
I don't
smoking
think
with him as he
enjoyed it.
smoked.
Right.
I don't think
I can't believe the
He loved
service.
it.
I don't think he enjoyed it. I don't think
Oh,
he
you loved it, yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
so
he
you loved
hated
the
it.
service.
I
You
don't
loved
think
the
he hated it,
food.
but I definitely don't think he enjoyed it.
Okay, cool, yeah.
His checks out though. His score checks
All
out.
right,
Yeah, his score checks out to me.
Logan, what are you thinking? What do you got?
I had no
Out of 10.
expectations,
Out of
so I'm gonna give it a 10 because I have no expectations.
Wow.
Listen,
First
listen.
10 on the score.
Hear me out, hear me out.
Logan.
I'm gonna give
Go.
it. Listen. Hear me out.
Logan.
Hear me out. I'm
You
gonna
can't-
give
that's
it a
her score.
10
It's her
because I
score.
had no expectations. So what they provided and what they gave me, I wasn't disappointed in. I had no expectations. I didn't feel like it should be this and it was that. I didn't go looking for this and it was only that.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Well, you had
It was
expectations
good
because you did
food.
look up the menu beforehand.
At
but
like 6 o'clock
all
that
the food,
morning.
all the
But-
food that you got was still good. Yeah.
A 10 because I wasn't disappointed in what they gave me. I had no expectations. If I went in there looking for something, then I would not give it a 10, hands down. There's a lot of things I could say about it, but I wasn't disappointed. I had no expectations. I'll give it a 10.
I'm
Just to be-
I'm
I feel like
envious
that's
of that
fair.
point of view. Just be like, I have no expectations.
that's
It's 10.
fair.
I love that for you. I do. They're mad about it. They're mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm not
I
mad.
think a 10 is high. You're talking about that no other spot.
Yeah.
That's your go-to.
I'm not. No, I can name 10 other spots that are 10 times better,
Not a
but
10
I had
house.
no expectations for this particular spot.
I understand.
So walking into
this
that
your
spot,
first time doing this.
I didn't feel disappointed about any one particular thing. I had no expectations,
I
so
hear
it
you.
didn't fail any expectations.
There's
It was
nothing
clean.
disappointing.
It
Yes.
wasn't dirty. You know what I
Yes.
mean? We didn't wait extra long for the food.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that I can say should be 10s and
Yes.
aren't on the scale.
I
You see
understand
what I'm
your
saying?
criteria. I understand
Okay,
your
I-
I'm
criteria.
just trying to give an overall.
You started
general-
at 10, and if they don't do anything wrong, they stay
I
at
don't
10.
start at a 10, but
Well,
you know.
kind of sounds like.
Yeah.
But I respect
No,
your
this
decision.
for this particular,
I do.
yeah. I have expectations almost anywhere else I go. I didn't have. I was more concerned about part 2 than the actual meal, so I had no expectations for the actual meal.
Gotcha.
Okay, I get your criteria.
Thank you.
I think that I am a little bit different because we've done this 23 times. Sorry.
Well, this is my
it's your first one, so I get it. Yeah.
But I'm coming back. Let's just go ahead and stamp that. I'll be back.
To me, I feel like you just lived in the moment, and I think that
I get it.
I get it. For you.
I get it. 100%. So 10, you can have that. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
He said I could have that, like I was asking for permission. There it again, Father.
Oh, we can edit and post. We got AI.
Why have you forsaken my spirit, oh Father? All right, Nick, what's your score?
I'm giving it a 7. I'm giving it a 7. And it's funny because the whole giving her a hard time on the 10s, because I am probably the most gracious scorer out of the 3. I don't know if I'm ever going to give a 10 out. I know what our criteria is. I don't think I'll ever give a 10 out. Never say never. It was good food, good ambiance. I've worked in the place, and I didn't leave here hating it, so it has nothing to do with that. The service threw me off a little bit, and really nice fucking guy. Really nice guy. It was just,
it would have been better if it was a stranger that didn't know us, because I think there was a comfortability that was there.
Pretend a little bit when they're serving.
There was a comfortability that was there that you wouldn't have experienced with somebody that you didn't know or that didn't recognize you.
Right. Yeah, if he had more to do, it probably wouldn't have been the same. I've served people that are my friends. I typically I talk for a minute, and then I have to force myself, and it's hard. Yeah. Like, I'm going to leave them alone.
They're here for me.
Yeah, I'm going to leave them alone, and I'm going to go do other things. I'm not going to come out and smoke a cigarette. So that threw me off a bit, but 7 for me, as the guys on the show know, like, that's a good score. It's like, it's not bad. It's really tasty.
It could not be a 7. Yeah, 7's not bad.
And for lunch, I think it is what it is. They have a lot of good lunch options. The prices aren't ridiculous.
7 is actually pretty solid, considering there wasn't a lot other than what you saw. There was no other guests. There was no other interaction. It was literally just you and your server. So that's
me, my company, and the sun.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah.
So 7 for me. Nothing, no frills, nothing too crazy. I will admit, I probably would have went a little bit higher if you didn't give it a 10 to balance out these scores a little bit.
I'm not taking anyone's score into consideration. For me, I'm an 8. I'm an 8.
See, we're crawling to the top.
They don't need to crawl anywhere. They deserve exactly what they're
from a 6.5 to a 10. That's a solid variation. It's on the upper side versus
one of the only things that's not keeping it for being higher for me was the prices. If you're going to a lunch spot, you want some lunch specials. You want things that are like $15 or less.
For sure.
Like you and I, obviously the seafood bitches, we ordered the most.
And I looked at that and I was
we ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. You know, that's what we do. That's we were worth it. But that sandwich hit. That sandwich was absolutely.
But it could have hit for a couple dollars less.
Could have, but the sandwich was only 13.
Those were fairly priced. I think
the sandwiches were very well
I think
priced.
if they had a lunch salmon, smaller portion, just a lunch size, because we go to lunch, we do lunch reviews, right? Yeah. So it's like, if they had a lunch salmon, I think that's where his score would have gone a little bit higher. A lunch lobster.
Is that because you see places that do that have the lunch salmon portion?
We used to do it up until like
it's
a month
so
ago.
hard to prep that between the 6-ounce salmon and the because you wind up with so much waste. So those are tough to do. I fully understand Jimmy DeRocco for not doing that. That's just that's my biggest hit is just not having lunch specials. Outside of that, I think literally all of the food we had was great.
Was pretty good.
The burger was a run of the mill burger, but it didn't fuck me up.
Yeah.
I loved the sauce with wine. I loved the sandwich. I think. The pasta that you had, I adored. I kept going.
I could eat that every day.
Every day. I'm a lemon fan. The bread on the Parmesan was immaculate. I did thoroughly enjoy that, and the cannoli was great. It was great. It was just, if it came out of a box, whatever, that's fine. They paid for that box, and now I'm paying for it.
They did a good job dressing it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I got no problem with that. Sitting on a deck, especially in this kind of weather, that's
absolutely
my score.
Beautiful weather.
DeConte, what does that put us at?
That puts us at 7.87, just above Arepa's Capital and slightly below Montclair Family Restaurant.
Okay.
I've still never been there before.
Can I change my score?
To go up or go down?
Can I change my score, everyone? If you guys say yes, I will change my score.
I'm going to say no because the reason that you're changing your score
is saying no.
That's not how it works. You don't change it based on.
I have been trying so hard to get shit above that other one.
Here's the thing: is we're gonna invite a guest, and they're gonna recommend Montclair,
And then we're gonna go
and then
back.
we're gonna give them
Then
a
we'll-
honest looking at.
Yes.
The problem is we went to Montclair for the first time, and we
Okay.
were just so high on like, oh, it's our first
The
time we're doing
nostalgia
this.
of-
Oh my gosh!
yeah.
And we had a great server, and the great server she bumped
killed
up
it.
so many points for us. We were just like, oh Peggy, oh man, I know we didn't finish any of our food,
Right.
but man, this place was great. So like
Yeah.
they have a higher score than we think is deserved.
Okay.
So when we have a place that lands near them, it's always going to be a tip.
Right. Okay. Okay.
No, we're gonna have to go back, but
Yeah.
because of a guest recommends, not just to go back with the impetus to
shit
be
on
like
it,
shit
yeah.
on it. That's not what we're trying to do.
That's not fair.
It's a mom and pop shop.
not
It's a mom and
fair.
pop shop.
It's not fair.
But we don't. After 23 weeks, we don't think they're an 8 out of 10.
No bullshit.
An 8.
8 out of 10, yeah.
They're an 8.
Yeah.
This
They were
was
one of the
squeezed
first
out of
ones we did.
6.5, and you took it to a 7, and we got an 8 out of you on
And
this
you gave
one.
him a 10.
For a different reason
Yes.
and different
Yeah.
criteria
I know,
than
I'm
you
just
guys
Was this place
did.
better than do you think this place was better than Montclair?
overall? But I
Yes.
wasn't there.
Do you
so
think this
that's-
place was better than Montclair? Because she only says it's 2 points. That's not a big. That's not
I
the
think
big
it's better
difference.
than Montclair. I
See,
do.
and if this, me and him are never really on the same page. We might read the
Takande
same
is so
like,
good into check him
language
up
of
with
a book.
the arithmetic, and he's like,
It's the server changed that for me.
no, yeah,
I
I get
think
that.
that's the biggest.
yeah,
that's
that
the
was
biggest
really
deal.
good.
But not
in-
every single
that's
time
one
you get
thing that
them,
I've
you're
learned
gonna
about
get
our
that same
industry.
server. It's
Yeah.
about the. It should be about the
Yeah.
food.
It's about the
It's about
food.
the
If I
food.
had to go just based on food,
Would you rather go to Rocco's or Montclair based on food?
I'm gonna go to.
He's gonna go to Durango's.
No, I'm gonna
gonna
go to
disagree.
Montclair
He's
because
gonna disagree 'cause that's what
I
he does.
have
He's
to
the fifth
because that
dentist.
burrito was fucking fire.
But the fact
bro.
that you guys didn't finish any of the food that you ate lets
Burrito
me
was a
know
lot
that
of
it's
food,
missing
bro.
something.
It
It was missing
It was
something.
not a lot of food. We got the same thing. We always get one
Always get.
appetizer.
each
3
person
entrees.
gets a dish, and if you guys didn't finish the food there and everything,
Did
that
you
we
look at our
ate
plates
was
today?
finished.
Everything was finished except for the bread on her plate.
Yeah.
Every single plate was clean.
Literally everything. The only thing I left was
Sauce
the bread.
was licked up.
Burger
on the
was
plates.
gone. I
Burger
didn't-
was gone. Parm was gone. All the
Ravioli was gone.
All the salmon was gone. The only thing that was left was the sauce on my plate and,
the
some of
noodles.
her noodles.
and a little bit of pasta.
Noodles, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Now you look at Montclair. Everything was on the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gave us boxes and we like.
No,
I'll
thank
take
you.
one. We're like, I'll take one piece. It might reheat well, and then still left half on the plate.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't- from that point.
I know you
All
want
right.
you like to just disagree with everybody. No, you're not going back to Montclair.
You're not.
You might go for the video. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But for the restaurant, no.
Nah, I'm going back for the one dish.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
okay, I
There
see.
you go.
Was it coleslaw?
That burrito.
It's cool.
Not everybody at home. If you do got a good place that has the good coleslaw, please comment. Let us know. Like, subscribe, send to a buddy. If you know a restaurant that's on TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, tag them in this to let them know. Come correct with the coleslaw because the coleslaw corner side piece is welcome. It may come through sometime to check it out. It may be one of those things.
I need that side.
Yeah,
that's fine.
extra white sauce. We appreciate y'all. This has been episode 91.
Keep it creamy.
Point 2. Back from content in the coleslaw corners. Say bye.
Have a good one, guys.
Corporate Nick in office.
Hey.
And
Yeah.
Logan, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Thanks. It's been my
Had a good
pleasure.
time.
Thanks for having us.
See y'all next week.
Hit that outro.
Okay, so when can I?
Degraded and humiliated by my spirit. That is literally my pickup technique for everything.
That's a fact. According to who?
You be willing to take a drug test?
I really had a good time, guys. This was
This was a great time. It was a lot of fun.
No, it was fun.
I told you.